said months ago that Jimmy Kimmel would be next after Stephen Colbert was taken off the air. Well, Jimmy Kimmel was next. Colbert was taken off because, well, his reign sucked. And he wasn't bringing in the money that they were paying him to do the show. Kimmel's the same thing, but they just used the excuse of Charlie Kirk to get rid of him because they realized he burnt his bridges. And ABC and Disney is trying to save themselves. Of course, a lot of the left is angry that they think free speech is being violated, and they're trying to blame Trump for all this mess. Now, you can ask yourself, how is it possible for the same people to be mad that Kimmel was fired for the First Amendment when it doesn't even apply to him, but they had no problem celebrating Charlie Kirk for doing the same thing? The only thing Charlie Kirk wanted was open dialogue, and he uses free speech. And Charlie Kirk also works for himself. Jimmy Kimmel worked for a company. And when you work for a company, your free speech may be protected by the government. That doesn't mean your employer has to accept it either. And when you alienate half your base, this is what's going to happen. Or probably more than half your base. But ironically, ABC and Disney were okay with that, which is why they tolerated Kimmel for all these years. But the Boomerangs are coming back. All the people who wanted conservatives fired for having beliefs, for speaking up for their beliefs. Are the same people that they don't think they should be fired for cheering on and saying a guy was assassinated for using the same free speech they think they like and represent and pretend to follow. These are the same people that wanted you to lose your job if you didn't take one for the team during the old Charlie 19 era. They never thought, no one could ever thought that the Charlie Kirk assassination would light the fuse it has. No one could have expected to raise the blood pressure of the United States than it has. And to all those leftists who got fired, I don't feel sorry for you at all. Because for you to go on social media and say he deserved what he got, oh, he was this, or he was that, he wasn't. He was a man that was for open dialogue. That man was never racist towards anybody or fascist towards anybody or anything. How could you be for the First and Second Amendment and be called a fascist? It's beyond me. But you know what? There are a lot of people who consider themselves the classical liberal who have said, I've had enough of this. And they're coming more to the middle, they're coming to our side. Because after a while, your side is only as strong as your weakest link or your most risky link. And let's face it, the classical liberal does not want to be associated with these nut jobs. And I can't blame him. Don't get me wrong, we got him on the right too. But let's face it, the left dominates this field. Your comments down below. What's your opinion? I'd like to know. Keep the country in prayer. Keep Donald Trump and the team in prayer. We'll talk to you later.